No wonder when I was younger, I would hear my aunties and uncles always say, when you grow older, right, don't forget to go Australia, pluck apple, earn 10K, then come back. I was like, what pluck apple, earn 10K, then come back? So is that what they meant?
Yes, that's what they meant. Because I think like there's a lot of articles about like how people go New Zealand and they pluck apples like all day, every day. Then I think 月入过万, they earn 10K plus like per month.
10K per month. Yeah. And then they're like, you're going to get rich by plucking apple. And I was like... We're just figuring it out. Hello and welcome back to Figuring It Out. My name is Melody.
And I'm Soo Kees.
And today's episode, I would like to discuss something that I've been pretty curious about ever since I graduated. I heard this term a lot, which is working holiday. And a lot of my friends are actually applying for working holiday or even in the process of trying. So from my understanding, you've actually been on a working holiday before, correct?
Yeah, I've been to New Zealand for working holiday actually.
Wow. I know that place has a lot more sheep than people. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think more sheep and cows than people, definitely.
Okay, but for a lot of our audiences that are watching, maybe some of them don't actually know what a working holiday is. So from your understanding, can you explain a little bit of what actually is a working holiday? Like how can you work and go on holiday at the same time? It just doesn't make sense.
So basically like really just like what it means, like working holiday. You get a visa that allows you to work and travel at the same time. So the purpose of this visa is like for a lot of people to experience what's the work culture over there and also same time to earn some money to be able to travel. So it doesn't mean like you must work and travel, but you can actually get this visa and just travel as well if you want to.
Wait, so you work physically at that location?
Yes, you work physically at that location. So you work like as like a full-timer at that, not say full-timer, part-timer at the country itself. And then you will travel around like a local.
Oh, so it's more of like a chill, like I can work and then I'll travel after kind of holiday.
Yeah, it's like, it's even like for people, it's like normal day to day. It's like basically you're living in Malaysia. It's like after your day to day, at night you just go hang out somewhere else. That's also kind of like considered travel. Or just weekend, I'll go to like, let's say Malacca or something. That's also travel. So it's like when I go to a new country, I work on the weekdays and weekend I'll go travel like to outskirts. So I can go to like hike a mountain, and I can go to a lake, go to the beach, yeah, that kind of thing.
Oh, that is work-life balance.
That is actually New Zealand have work-life balance really great, honestly.
That sounds like a dream, honestly. Okay. But I want to know, like, why do you actually apply for working holiday? Because from my understanding, some of my friends, they just want to explore or learn different cultures or countries and how they function because maybe they didn't have the chance to be able to study abroad. So this is the chance that they took to be able to live that I lived abroad kind of lifestyle. Is it the same case for you?
I think it really depends on people. Everyone have different expectations and different kind of need when they want to go for a working holiday, I would say. I think what your friend having is valid. So it's like to explore because they didn't have a chance to study overseas. But personally for me, I think it was, I need a career break, basically. I've been working for almost like 6 years nonstop by then. I think it's just like kind of mental reset for me to search for what I really want in career and also to explore the world out there. Because I never studied abroad. I never worked like overseas as well. So I never live independently as well. That's why like I was like, maybe it's a good chance. Like just go overseas. I will stay by myself. Then also like find work, like stay in a place myself, that kind of thing. So I decided to apply for this working holiday visa.
Wait, this is actually quite interesting because from what I know, a lot of people that are applying for working holiday are people who just graduated, but you say you've been working for 6 years. Then you go for working holiday. Wait, is that actually possible? What's the age limit like actually?
It is actually possible. So the age limit like for most of the working holiday visas are before 30 years old. So it's like 18 to 30. I think New Zealand, I'm not sure. I think New Zealand doesn't require you to have a degree, but Australia ones require you to have a degree for you to apply.
Why did you pick New Zealand actually of all the countries available?
Honestly, I can't remember why did I pick New Zealand. But I just find that probably the mountains, I like nature. So it's a good location for me to like just explore around. And I have friends that are actually there. So I'm like, seems like a pretty chill and pretty, a lot of people say New Zealand is like a retirement place, right? So I kind of want to retire midway. So I went there to like, act like I've retired.
I see. So you want to experience that retirement life a little bit first. Then after that, it's like, okay, you know what? Let me go back to work. Now I know where I can retire in the future.
Yeah. Actually, basically it's like that. I don't mind retiring there.
Wow. Bring me. Okay.
Let's go.
I really want to go. I also want to retire, even though I just started working. I mean, I love my job, but I don't think most people would dream of labor. I think most people would dream of the money behind labor, but that's a topic for another day. Okay.
Okay.
So, but from my understanding, working holiday doesn't actually give you more like office jobs. So, what is the typical job scopes or like jobs available for working holiday people? Like you need to apply for a visa specifically for this, right? So, what are the jobs available?
I would say, okay, actually the working holiday visa after you got it, right? You can actually basically apply for any jobs, but you cannot accept permanent offers.
Oh,
So it's just that I know people say that like you cannot get office job, but it's actually, I would say it's a myth. Like actually you can get office job if you want to. It's just harder to get. It doesn't mean you cannot get.
people actually get office jobs for working holiday?
Yeah. I have friends that actually went over like few years ago. They actually managed to get office jobs. So it's like they'll be a contract worker. They won't be a permanent worker.
Oh.
So some of them are like contracted accounting staff. Like some of them like contract like other corporates for office jobs. It's not to say it's impossible, but typical route for many people is to go for like the horticulture stuff. So it's like you work in like what you hear like pluck apples, like pluck strawberries, go pack kiwis. So it's like a lot of them is farm work, or there's a most people route that you go for.
No wonder when I was younger, I would hear my aunties and uncles always say, when you grow older, right, don't forget to go Australia, pluck apple, earn 10K, then come back. I was like, what pluck apple, earn 10K, then come back? So is that what they meant?
Yes, that's what they meant. Because I think like there's a lot of articles about like how people go New Zealand and they pluck apples like all day, every day. Then I think 月入过万, they earn 10K plus like, per month.
10K per month. Yeah. And then they're like, you're going to get rich by plucking apple. And I was like,
okay, maybe not rich. I mean, maybe you can, but
yeah, that was the general census of what our aunties and uncles would tell us.
That's true. But it's because that minimum wage is really high. The minimum wage is actually 23.5 per hour. Yeah.
Damn, we get paid pennies here.
Different. I think that's why the style of New Zealand has always been like this. And I think Australia as well. Like all the labor kind of work, they will hire like people from working holiday and they still get paid minimum wage. So people will still come in and out. Like there's always people coming in to replace the labor work, like contract staff. Then I think that's how their industry work as well.
Okay. So what was your experience like working there like as a working holiday staff? Like I know for a lot of people, there's multiple different kind of jobs. Like for example, one of them being plucking apples. Some of them I know actually go to the hotel management sector where they actually help with the management of the hotel. Then some of them actually go to cafes and become a barista there. So what was your job and what was your day-to-day life?
Okay.
Like?
You hit my job scope just now. So I was working in a cafe as a barista.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually started out as like a front of house, just basically a waitress in the restaurant, but they actually have cafe right beside it. That's why I've been working both sides, and eventually I just worked in the cafe and serving pastries, making coffee, which I actually don't drink coffee.
Oh. So you eat the pastry, but then you won't drink the coffee.
I usually don't drink the coffee, but I make the coffee.
Do you end up learning how to do latte art?
I learned a little bit, so they taught me for free. So
wow.
I think that's like the new skill that I learned from working holiday.
And it sounds so fun. I've always wanted to be a barista, because I love to drink coffee. I love to drink matcha. I also wanted to be a bartender. Not because I love to drink, but I just thought it was fun mixing alcohol and making it taste nice. Because I realized a lot of alcohol tastes really bad. I don't like it. Wait, actually, for working holiday, can you be a barista? Like a bartender, sorry.
I think you can. As long as I think there's age limit is 21. I think I'm above 21, right?
Yeah, I am.
So I think you can be a barista, a bartender. But because they have casino over there, so I know that casino has been hiring bartender as well. Oh. So you can apply for it. But barista, you should go try it.
So this is your chance to live out your cafe life dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
Like usually, I also had like the dream to work in a cafe. Not as barista, because I didn't like coffee. So I wanted to work in a cafe for a long time. I love pastries. Which New Zealand holiday, this working holiday gave me a chance to be actually try it out working in a cafe and also learn like new skills.
Then how was it like for you? Like, did you really enjoy working in a cafe, or was it like, you know what, I should go back? Like, I really don't like it here.
I actually really enjoy it because also like the environment, the cafe that it was at is very nearby beach and also nearby to a garden. Like, I mean, I can't see the beach directly, but it's like nearby, it's inside a very peaceful neighborhood and it's just right opposite a garden. So it's very chill vibe. Every day I walk to work, it feels very nice.
You can walk to work?
Yeah, I walk to work. Like, I mean, I take bus, but like after the bus, like towards work it's like there's like a small stretch of road. And you will see like dogs on the way. And it's like also cute.
This is very much, have you heard of the term cottagecore?
No.
Okay.
What does that
I'll
word
explain
mean?
to you. It's a very Gen Z slang that people used to describe aesthetics. Okay, so one of it is cottagecore. So like, it's a very quaint little cottage in a small town, and then you're just a small little girl on the road and all that, and then you're just enjoying life. But at the same time, you have your own small little farm, but then you have a small cafe that you sell your own pastries. This very much sounds like those cottagecore girlies that wants to live out their small farm dreams, but at the same time have a small cafe so they can sell their bread.
Oh my God, that sounds exactly like me. That's how I feel when I go work every day and how I come back work every day. It's like, imagine all the nice blue skies and you're just walking on the road, then you're just listening to your music.
Yeah,
and you just
it's damn pretty. And then the environment is like very, very gorgeous because all you see is nature, flower, and then small animals like squirrels maybe.
That's why you should try it someday.
I'm very tempted right now. I want to go to...
You can apply it next year.
Okay, watch out. Okay, but from what I know, there's a maximum limit for working holidays. So what is the typical duration, like minimum to maximum, for people to be able to stay in that country?
From what I know, New Zealand was 6 months. I was there only for 6 months.
Oh.
But you can actually extend it for another 3 months if you work in like the horticulture industry, which basically pluck apples or those lah. So you need to work like probably, I think, minimum 2 or 3 months in horticulture for you to extend your visa for another 3 months. So the longest maximum you can stay there is 9 months.
Wait, what is horticulture?
Horticulture is basically like a farming industry. Industry, yeah. So anything relating to packing, working in a factory that produces like apples, fruits, basically fruits or veggies.
So maintenance of these things.
Yeah, like working in a factory of doing like producing all this stuff.
So it's more like low cost labor.
Low cost labor.
Oh,
but it's also paid minimum wage.
Oh.
It's at 23.5.
So the name is called horticulture.
Yeah, horticulture.
So cute.
It's like agriculture, like part of like under it. Yeah, just a different kind of like.
Okay, so can you like set an expectation a little bit for our viewers so they can envision what it's like to work one day in a working holiday kind of environment for you? Like, what was it like?
Okay, for me it's slightly different because like what you mentioned, everyone works in like apple farm or like in like strawberry farm kind of thing. So I work in cafe. So day to day, I start a bit earlier because their cafes opens at 7. So I wake up at 5. I have my breakfast. Then I'm gonna take bus. Then I get to work before 7.
5?
Yeah, 5.
I'm not even awake at 7 eh.
So it's like a very healthy lifestyle over there. I mean, maybe some people wake up later because they drive, but I didn't drive, so I had to take bus. It's slightly longer than yeah. But I also want to take my morning slow, so I wake up 5 to have breakfast for like half an hour to 45 minutes.
Oh, this is the CEO lifestyle eh. Have you heard on social media? Like CEOs all wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
I'm just a small tiny waitress making coffee in a neighborhood.
Okay, wait, you wake up at 5, reach work at 7, then?
Then like from there on, like it's work all the way until 3 o'clock. So you have breaks in between, but like they are slightly different. They don't really have like lunch break.
Oh.
So it's like, working here is like typically you lunch break is like for an hour. And I think I've part-time in F&B as well. I think F&B is probably just half an hour as well. But over there, they give you 15 minutes break for just 2 15-minute breaks.
1-5.
1-5, yeah.
Do you have enough time to eat?
It's quite fast actually. Like I would say, for me, it's quite okay. Like at first, I'm maybe not used to it, but after a while, like it's okay. Like I don't think a long break is required. Just for you to sit down and just like chill a bit, grab some water. Then after that, you start working. And over there, they are very strict about a break. So it's like 15 minutes. It's like you don't step into the kitchen to help out at all.
Wow.
Like they just let you rest. Like they won't bother you. But in like Malaysia, I feel like generally when I was at F&B, even I was on the break, like I was just sitting there while they'll be like, it's very busy, can you come now? So often I would just skip my break. I don't even get to have meals or toilet breaks.
This is truly work-life balance. Okay.
So it's like after 3 o'clock, everything ends, clean up. If I have time, sometimes I'll go walk around the garden because it's like very nice. It's called Rose Garden actually. So they have a lot of plants, like flowers over there, planted over there. So it's quite nice.
Oh my God.
So I'll just walk there for a while. Then I'll be like, okay, time's up. I'll go back. So I'll take my bus. Either I'll get groceries. If I don't, I'll just go back home and cook. Then even after dinner time, I'll probably end at 7.
What?
Yeah. So everything like after I done my dinner, it's like 7. It's like
So
still
you
quite early.
finish work around 3, 4?
3. Yeah, 3. Most of the time 3, 4, yeah.
That's so early. Do they not have night shift?
They do have night shift, but New Zealand, one interesting thing is everything closes very early. Like their restaurant, like most of their restaurant close at 8, like or 9. There's no 9 is the latest probably. I think most of them closes at 8. So even the restaurant that I work in, I think latest they close is 9. But sometimes when they don't have booking, they'll just close it off early, like 8 or 7.
That's crazy. I eat like 9. Like my dinner time is like 9. Then I'll complain. I was like, why this establishment close so early? Crazy. If I go there, like my gut will be damn healthy.
I think your whole routine will be changed because like they just don't have anything open at night. And if you're crave for anything at night, no mama, you don't get to go, no food. Probably it's only bar that's open. I mean, because drinking is kind of their culture.
I see. So like a lot of establishments are closed after 7, 8 like that. Then the nightlife there is typically just bars.
Yes, correct. It's usually just bars. I mean, they have clubs as well, but it's not like, I don't think it's a huge thing. Their entertainment is like, there's no entertainment basically.
Oh, this is slow paced living. Yeah. Like really.
Yeah. So some people don't like it. I have friends that actually went there and I don't think they enjoy it at all because it's just so slow. Like there's nothing to do. Yeah. So every day you're like spending time with yourself. You're just taking walks like all over the places.
I would say that's the case for most people that are, for you, I would say you might enjoy it more because maybe you've been hustling and bustling for the past few years of your life and you just want to take something a bit slower and you just want to enjoy life a little bit. But for people that, for example, my sister, she didn't exactly go for working holiday, but she did go for holiday. She go for holiday in Australia.
Okay.
So she only went for around 2 weeks and she was already complaining to me. She was like, I really want to go home. Everything here is so slow. And then she was like, everything here is closed so early. I'm not really sure what to do. So for her, it wasn't meant for her because like previously she was still studying. She was on break. So she had a lot of slow pace living in Malaysia already. She go there also slow. So she's like, I don't enjoy it. But
okay, your sister is a hustler then.
Yeah. So, but no, I think, but for people that have been hustling for a really long time, that need a break, this is probably the place for them. They need a longer break than a short holiday, but at the same time, they still want to earn some income. So that's probably the place for them. Is it correct?
I'll say, yeah, probably correct. But like some of the hustler, they feel like they should never take break. So they will not end up working holiday as well. I would say like, but personally for me, I still kind of have the hustle mentality. So even though I went for working holiday, right? I still actually do some part-time relating to my industry, which is accounting role. So I was freelancing for my friends in Malaysia when I was overseas in New Zealand. So it's also to keep myself updated with accounting stuff lah, not to just be all the way detached away from what I've been working on. So for people that's like hustling and they don't want to like just strip off everything, I think this is a good option. Like just still do freelancing or do other kind of like anything relating to industry in the meantime. So
this is just to keep updated with our industry to make sure that we don't deviate away from what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a question that most people are going to be curious about, which is how much can you actually earn from a working holiday and how much are you getting paid?
Okay. Like what I mentioned earlier, because I mentioned like the minimum wage is 23.5, right? Basically, let's say assuming you are, let's say 25, let's just round it 25, and you're working 8 hours per day and 5 days per week, you're going to get 1,000 New Zealand dollar per week.
Wow.
That's actually a lot because And if you, some people that they want to earn more, they actually work double job. So they will work like events after work. So I went for a few events before because they have a lot like concerts or rave, that kind of thing. So you just go to a stadium and work as a part-time.
Oh, you can work double jobs?
Yeah, you can work. There's no like maximum working hours that you can have.
As long as you got job.
Yeah, as long as you got job. Even if you don't have job, you don't want to work also okay. Yeah. So it's like what I did is basically I worked for 4 months. I think the last 2 months I didn't work as much. I was just like chilling, traveling, and like doing like playing around
Wait,
New Zealand.
what do you mean if you don't want job also can? Then what's the purpose of a working holiday? Then it's just holiday.
Yeah, cause work and travel give you a longer visa. If I'm not wrong, you're going into New Zealand, you need visa as well. I think usually visa is 3 months, but work and travel give you 6 months visa. That's why a lot of people will still get that, and if they can decide if they want to work or don't work. You can actually study too with that work and travel holiday visa.
Wait, so you can apply for that visa and you get it. Then if you decide I don't want to work, I want to stay here for just 6 months to just holiday, that's fine also.
Yeah, that's fine also, honestly. I had friends that actually do that. So they got the visa, they went there for like, they tried to work maybe in an apple farm or kiwi farm for 1-2 weeks. And actually they didn't like it. They quit the job, then they just stay there. They played another 3 weeks, then they flew back. So they did not finish a maximum 6 months.
I see. Yeah. So you don't have to finish the maximum 6 months.
You don't have to finish maximum 6 months. Oh. I think within 6 months you can fly in and out. But people don't do that because the flight ticket is expensive.
I see. So from what I know, you earn around 1,000 a week.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you usually break down your salary per week? Because I know for New Zealand and Australia, rent is paid weekly, right?
Yeah, correct. So rent is paid weekly. So 1,000 is, I would say, gross. We still need to pay tax. Even though we are working holiday, we need to pay tax.
Wait, what? You need to pay tax?
The tax is actually pretty high.
So what's the percentage?
So the percentage, like, I can't remember there's also like different bandwidth. So lowest tier straight away is 10.5%. Basically, you just have 90% of pay. So it's like you earn 1,000 New Zealand dollar, but only take home 900 New Zealand dollar.
Oh, is it because you're earning money from New Zealand, so that's why you have to pay tax back to the government?
It's New Zealand tax rules. I think it's just like from their government. So this is how they tax. So no matter how much income you earn or what level you are, so you are eligible to, like, everyone needs to pay tax. I think Malaysia is slightly different. I'm not sure.
This depends on the country.
Yeah, this depends on the country. Okay. So like for New Zealand, it's like everyone need to pay. So minimum, the lowest is 10.5%. Okay. So how the weekly you go is like, I get 1,000 gross, then net would be 900. I would say 900, about 900. You pay rent about 200, let's say 200. Then you have 700 left. The others remaining, actually basically you just pay for food and minimal entertainment. That's not much.
So does that mean you can actually save money?
You actually can save quite a bit from there if you really don't do much. Because going to a park is free, going to hike a mountain is also free. Like most of these nature things that you can access is free. So you don't have to spend a lot for you to enjoy like different kind of like nature.
I see. Well, then actually, you can actually save a lot leh. Then, okay, this is a very random question. So since you are working in a different country, do you still need to contribute to your EPF SOXO monthly if you earn like New Zealand dollars?
No. So like I think there's tax rules about it is, I'm not too clear about the what's the actual rule, but if it's working holiday money, you don't have to declare twice because you already pay tax on New Zealand. You don't have to when you bring it back, you don't have to pay another round of taxes.
I see. Okay. Understand.
So EPF also all those is only you need to contribute when you're working with a Malaysia company. So if like what I say, I'm still freelancing. If I'm a freelancer, technically I don't need to pay EPF also. But if I am a full-timer, I still remote working full-timer for a Malaysia company, then I still need to pay. They still need to pay for my EPF also, everything.
Okay, understand. Then from my understanding, when you actually went to New Zealand for working holiday, it was quite rushed. You didn't really plan much, which is crazy because you're going to a different country. I would assume that someone would plan more before they go there. But I realized what you told me was you didn't secure a job before landing. So how was the experience like? Because from what my friends that told me is they found a job first, they applied, everything is settled, then only they fly there.
Yeah, I was quite YOLO lah. So I actually tried to find like jobs before I go into New Zealand, but I didn't really have any luck. And it was like kind of nearing towards the end of the year. I wanted to go earlier because I was going there to play frisbee.
Huh?
So that's why I ended up going earlier. I have to join in the season because they have the like time period for me to be there, like to try out all kind of things. So I decided to just go there first. I think I just believe that eventually a work will come to me.
Okay, for our audience that don't know, Soo Kees is actually a national frisbee player, from what I know. So she's actually a very, very devoted frisbee player. Okay, so if you are looking to sponsor frisbee teams, you can always look out for Soo Kees.
Search me out on Instagram.
So
talk to me.
So when you were in New Zealand, you not only worked, but you also actively still remained playing frisbee.
Yes.
Wow.
So basically, I wanted to experience a lifestyle over there. I didn't want to go the usual route of people plucking apples and going to different factory. I wanted to be like in a city and like just to get to know people there and also understand, like to feel the culture itself.
So how did you actually find your cafe job? Because from what I know, it's like what you say, people all go there to typically just pluck apples.
Yeah. So when I told you that like before I go to New Zealand, I actually tried to find several jobs. I actually tried to look for office jobs, but I didn't have any luck. So I started venture out to look into F&Bs because I have F&B experience before. So I was like, maybe I'll try it out. And I told you about I like pastries and that kind of thing. So I'm like, why not look into cafes? So I actually started a little bit before then, but I think I had bad luck as well because towards the end of the year, they actually have like 2 weeks, and if I'm not wrong, 2 weeks of Christmas holiday. Like everyone just closed off. Everyone doesn't work. Like even the office closed. So usually they won't hire more people during that period of time because basically most of the things are they just close down. Like even restaurant, they also close off. But only certain days they're open. So it's like minimal working people out there. How I managed to find this job is that I actually opened Google Maps at one point and I just like search out random cafes. Then I was like, oh, this cafe looks nice. I'm like, the review pretty good. So I just took the email and just emailed them. They didn't even have job openings. I just like emailed them and try it out. Because at that point of time when I was looking for a job, I think I was almost at my second week in New Zealand. I was feeling a bit anxious because I'm paying like almost times 3, right, for whatever that I'm spending on like eat, comms. I just feel like I need to find a job really soon so that I won't feel
because you're living
stressed.
off your savings.
Yeah, correct.
Oh my God,
correct.
so scary.
But lucky I managed to find them and they were really happy to hire me. They were really, really nice people. Like the bosses are nice. The people that, like my colleagues are really nice people as well.
Wow. Okay, so for those who are looking outside of apple plucking, you can actually venture into F&B business. But that means that your maximum stay is 6 months.
Yeah.
Because it's not horticulture.
Correct. So I kind of knew that. I didn't mind with it. It's fine to not extend another 3 months. So I just chill lor.
Understand? Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of us are curious because we've heard so much about working culture and also working holiday from Soo Kees. How can we actually apply for working holiday? Because we all hear like, okay, go apply, but how?
For New Zealand, it's actually quite straightforward. You don't have to go through agents because I know US one people they need to apply through agents. Then you need to pay a certain amount to help you to secure work and also like the whole arrangement to go. And for US one, it's like within 1 year your degree ends, you must apply if you want to go for the working holiday.
Also for New Zealand, it's different. Maximum 30.
Yeah, maximum 30. So as long as you're before 30, New Zealand you can apply it. So they only opens up usually it's January or February, start of the year. And they only limit itself to 1,150 people.
That's very little.
So you're like fighting for concert ticket, honestly.
So how was the fight like?
It's a funny story actually. So I wanted to apply for it on, I think it's 2023. So I wanted to apply for it. Then I was like, okay, let's set alarm. But kind of along the way, I forgot that this is the opening date. On the day itself, I actually forgot about the alarm. Then they opened at 5 a.m. in the morning because of the time difference. So it's 5 a.m. in the morning, you need to wake up. But I actually forgot to wake up. And around 6 o'clock, my sister woke up and because she needed to go work. Then her alarm rang non-stop. Then I scolded her, be like, hey, can you off your alarm? Like, it's like very noisy. I'm still sleeping. then I slept back. When I was sleeping back, I was like, today's date felt a bit familiar. And I'm like, oh my God. It's the application. Yeah, the application opened. Then I straight away woke up and I think I barged in my brother's room because he has the desktop that connects with the LAN cable. So I want to use it. I think it'll be
Better
faster.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, better than Wi-Fi. So I actually went into the room and just like on a desktop, and I was like trying to apply. It's like really a constant battle. You'll get kicked out from the page every single time you fill in. So after you fill in the details, it'll tell you like, I forgot what they say. They'll just prompt like traffic error, like you keep restarting it again.
This is really buying concert ticket process.
Really, it's just like trying to fight who's gonna end up getting it. So it's like, I think I started around 6. I think I only ended up getting it at 7:30. Like what they always say, like once you get to a payment page, you basically means you already got the visa.
Oh.
So once the payment goes through, then I'm like, oh, I did it. I actually got it at 7:30. I'm like, impressed. I don't need to wake up 5.
Okay, but for those who are considering, I would highly recommend you to be prepared. Okay, not all of us may be as lucky as Soo Kees.
Yeah, actually be prepared. Set your alarm, know the dates, wake up on time, and save all your details in advance so that you can keep like copy paste.
Yeah, so you can ease the process better. Okay, so for this working holiday thing, are there any additional requirements that we should know beforehand before we apply? Like what are the things that we must have on hand? Like what are the documents required? Or what are the things that we cannot do? And so on and so forth.
Basically, you just need to make sure that your passport is it's not expired before you apply, so that because they need passport details. So you need passport details. You also, right now, from what I know, the visa itself, it costs about almost 700 New Zealand dollar for you to get a visa. When I think during my time it was about 400 something New Zealand dollar. It's slightly cheaper, but I would say if you manage to pay it, eventually when you work, you can cover it back. Yeah, you can break even. You can cover it back. And then another requirement is that you need to have minimum 2,250 of New Zealand dollar before going in. This actually basically you want to ensure you being able to come back, like being able to purchase a flight ticket and come back. Because they are worried that you might like tell Fiji, you might just like end up like staying around working there.
I see.
But basically, you don't need to have the fund. You just need a credit card statement is also enough. Just prove that like the credit card statement's limit is enough to cover. Then you be fine. But most of the time they didn't really check. Like when I went in, no one checked for that.
Is this only limited to New Zealand or like similar for most other countries?
I think similar to Australia as well, but I'm not sure what's the amount for Australia. Maybe I think either 2,000 or 5,000 of AUD, like for you to like sufficient fund for you to go in.
I see.
Australia, I think their application is open all year round.
Oh.
They only close it like when maybe it's like there's too many applications. What I heard is that their application is more strict. So it's not like it's not by slot basis. Because they need to have degree. I think it's a degree requirement. And also it's before 30 years old. That's for Australia.
Why did you apply for New Zealand as opposed to Australia?
Actually, at that point of time, I didn't know Australia could. Only afterwards I found out Australia could. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I could go again. Maybe next year, right? Anyone want to go with me?
I'll go with you.
Really?
Yeah, let's go.
Then we'll do figuring out in Australia.
Okay, Australia edition.
Okay,
Figuring out is going global.
Oh, that's not bad. I like it.
We'll be in a quaint little cottage doing our podcast.
Oh my god, let's be in a cafe.
Yeah, actually, I really want.
It sounds so nice already.
Yeah, then maybe I can find squirrel.
Actually, I'm so happy now. Can we do that? okay, tell us the details later. We apply together later. Oh,
yeah.
Boss is out there. Then you're like, why are you quitting the company? Oh, I'm going to Australia to sabbatical for a year. Not bad.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Okay, so like from my understanding, it means that you need to have some sort of money first before you go for a working holiday. You cannot go with empty bank account. Because from what I know, it's like some people actually have the intention of going there to earn money. Is it true? Like people actually go there just to earn money then come back?
Actually, it's true. Like I do see a lot of people thinking that you will earn a lot over there because it's like almost time 2.6. I think it's time 2.6 now. So a lot of people would think that like just go there and work really hard, like 60 hours a week, then like just like bring back the money. I would say it depends on intention of people eventually. So like what I mentioned to you earlier, so some intention with earning money, some intention to just chill like me.
Oh, some will go for travel purposes.
Yeah,
also.
so some will go travel purposes. But financially, I still don't think you will earn like big bucks from there, but you still can earn like quite big money to allow you to travel very comfortably over there. Like, cause traveling there is not cheap.
That's true. And also for you to break even at least.
Yeah, for you to break even at least. So I would say before you go, it's better to have savings if you can't lock in a job already. Because some people, they do lock in, like they know they be working in this factory and they know where they're going to stay. Then it's still fine. You just need like minimal savings for you to like survive, to be there before you get a paycheck. But if like for me, like I go like anytime I want, it's better to have a certain amount of saving for you to bring it over there.
Okay.
I would say recommend, honestly, if I am a very insecure person, I would say, on money wise. So I would want to at least have 5 to 8K when I went over there.
Okay, so this is a very safe amount.
Yeah, it's a very safe one. I didn't even end up using all of it. No, none. I probably use out at maybe just 1.5K.
Wow.
Yeah, because I found my job pretty quickly, like on the second week.
Okay. Understand. But from our whole discussion, it sounds like working holiday is a dream, honestly. But I'm pretty sure not everything is good about working holiday. There are downsides to every single thing that you do. So what are the downsides to a working holiday?
I would say the downsides, honestly, is the instability of work. Not everyone is lucky to get a job that can like tell you, that says that I will hire you for like 3 or 4 months. Like it's not stable. So they'll just take you like as a casual work. So if you're a casual worker, there's no period of time that you can actually they just can let you go eventually. It's not promised that you'll be there for a long time. And casual workers probably, they have lesser working hours as well. So it's not promised 40 hours. Some is like just 20 or 30 hours per week. It's enough to survive, but there's like uncertainties lah. Sometimes you just don't know you'll be called in to work or not. That's one part of it. I would say the main downside.
I see. That you might not have a job.
That you might not have a job. Like you might just get like kind of like let go, made redundant, because you're just a casual staff. If they don't need you, they don't need you.
Wow, that's actually quite scary. Understand. So you have to mentally prepare yourself. That's why you have that blanket 5 to 8.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay, so actually for some of us that, like for you, for example, you've been working for 6 years, then you applied for working holiday. Were you afraid that when you come back to Malaysia, job hunting or like getting back into a job market might be harder for you?
Actually, slightly, honestly. Like everyone, imagine like you've been living like quite a comfortable life for 6 years and you're just in corporate, still climbing a career ladder-ish. Then like to take this leap, like to go out of what your comfortable zone is actually pretty scary. But I would say it's still a good experience to have. And eventually I convinced myself how I did it. Like I told you, right? I did freelance accounting work. So I kept myself updated within the industry. So it's like a bargain power for me. Eventually, when I want to come back and apply for a job, I can tell them that, look, even though I went working holiday, I still work on different things. I still work on doing accounting freelance. So it's like proving them a point that I am ready to come back to work, and I'm always like being ready. I'm not just going to have fun and do nothing.
Oh, so this is more of like a backup plan also.
Yeah, kind of like a backup plan.
This is actually very smart because you have the time to do so because work ends at 3.
Yeah, correct. And also, like certain people, they don't, but I would say it's okay to not have backup plan also. Like as long as you're clear that what you are doing there and you are clear that why you need this working holiday trip, then even after you come back, there's a lot of job opportunity out there. Just make sure that you tell your employers that I'm actually ready for work. Like justify to them like what do you learn from these working holidays that can bring values to it, or what values it brings to you. As long as it's justifiable and the reasoning is very convincing, you can find a job pretty easily. Like I don't think I have much trouble when I came back and look for jobs around. I also got job offers somewhere else. I think they didn't pinpoint on why I took a half-year break. They just like casually brought it over. So I don't think it's a big issue.
So how do you justify?
Like, how do I justify? I will tell them that like I'm quite honest to a certain extent. So when I interview, I say like, oh, I was working for 6 years, so I thought that I wanted to take a half a year kind of break to realign of my career purpose. Like to find out what's the purpose in my career. I was trying to look for what's my career goal. Then after I came back, I told them actually what I'm looking for is for like a stable job and also be able to climb like slowly, steadily, which I think it makes sense to them because I think that's like you are clear on what you want, then they know that if the employer know that they can provide you that, then they will still hire you.
I see. So like essentially job hunting when you were back wasn't too much of a trouble.
Honestly, it wasn't too much of trouble for me. I know a lot of people will have the concerns, right? Because it's like some is half a year or almost a year break. It might seem very scary to like suddenly put on hold of your career and just go out do something unrelated in life. But I would say your life is so long. There's so much things to see out there. If you have the intention to actually go out see something, you don't go now, you still regret in the future.
True.
And it's just a 1 year part of your probably 50 years of another next 30 years of your working life. You still have 29 years to come. Like the 1 year, I don't think you'll break like everything badly. And it's not a race. You don't have to be faster than your peers or anything. Just go ahead and do what you need. And sometimes it might even help you. Like what if like you see I learn a new skill in coffee, like doing barista, right? Eventually maybe I'll open a cafe because I have these new skills.
I see. It's actually quite interesting. So, because I'm pretty much the type of person that's worried that if I put my career on hold, what will happen to my career? Like, I know careers don't usually wait for you, but will I be able to have the same amount of opportunities if I took a break? But hearing from your end, I would say it's more or less how you align yourself with your career goals and how do you brand yourself essentially to the companies that you're applying to after when you're back. And how clear you are with the goals that you are looking for in the future. And that should be okay.
That's okay. And
also like try to make sure you're currently updated as you go with your current industry.
I would say essentially everyone like employer wise, they are looking for is that you are clear with what you want. They don't want to hire someone that's like, I'm not sure what I want. Like, maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't be here, that kind of thing. Then you'll be like, if you're not sure what you want, even if you come in, I'm not sure how to guide you as well. Like,
that's
where
true.
do you want to be? Right. So people that career driven, that's correct. But it's like at some point of career, like me, I also get like a bit lost. So what actually I want? Like, I also don't know what I want. So I think this helped me to kind of like realign a little bit. Yeah. I won't say I won't say I found my true purpose of life. No, I didn't find anything, but it's just more like just a
realignment of your goals.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So that's pretty much all the questions that I have for working holiday. If our audience actually has other questions, please leave them down in the comments box below. But as usual, we've come to the end of the episode. If you could give one takeaway to our audience for this entire episode, what would it be?
For me, I would say be intentional. Like be intentional of every choices you make in life. Some people go into working holiday without intention, I think. And I think that's bad in the sense where you're not clear and you're not conscious of what you want. Not saying that you can't make a choice and just be and do nothing, like I just want to lie down there. You can, but as long as you are intentional and you're conscious that you make the options to just lie down and do nothing or just go enjoy without trying to realign anything, I think that's fine because you know what you want. So don't be afraid to step out of the comfort zone or just because you worried that your life might be put on hold. Like, you still move forward. Everything will still come to the place eventually.
I would say that's a pretty good takeaway. Like, the only thing that's constant is change. Correct. And time doesn't wait for you. Time just continuously moves.
Correct.
It's just how you utilize your time. Okay. So I actually really enjoyed this conversation. I feel like I've learned a lot. And I might consider this maybe down the line in my career. Who knows? We'll see. With that said, thank you so much, Soo Kees, for being on Figuring It Out. And don't forget to follow our Instagram at figuringit_out.pod. And if you have any questions or if you like to submit any stories regarding adulting or anything in general, like you just want to figure it out, figure it out, please submit it via our Reddit and we'll try our best to read and answer all of your questions and stories. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're just figuring